What is going on to you Capricorns out there? Hope y'all having a great day. So for you Capricorns, oh, by the way, make sure to like this video, leave a comment on this video. Also too, please come through to get a personal reading from me or get any one of my books that are on Amazon. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get those services from me. So for you Capricorns, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and you Capricorns have the Unalive card. um, so basically, the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords right here for you Capricorns speaks to how a lot of you Capricorns have a lot to offer, but there's definitely a sense of sequestering it, right? Hiding it away, because a lot of you Capricorns don't want people to think of you as only finances or only whatever it is that you Capricorns can offer. When you Capricorns approach people, you actually want to get some sort of a fair shake, a fair stance where you actually get a chance to get to know people and they get to know you long before they may find out that you have something that other people may want. So the Unalive card represents, so there's a sense of you Capricorns doing a lot that you can to make sure that you don't appear very successful, financially free, rich, and just ultimately blend in, because a lot of you Capricorns realize that the best thing in the world to do is to maintain a low profile as much as you possibly can. This is why I'm such an advocate for ghosting, right? Like when I say ghosting, I'm talking about like just in a general sense, right? Not necessarily anyone in particular, but more so in a general sense. Because what's happening here is that from my experience, keeping a low profile is usually better than trying to always stand out and be the center of attention. Because when you're doing that, being the center of attention could put you in a very dangerous position, because you have something or a lot of things maybe that other people covet, other people want, and they don't know how to express. Sometimes they don't want to express their desire to have those things in a healthy way where they learn the game, right? They actually go about learning how to attain those things by understanding how they can do it, right? The procedure, right? Like how to play the game in that sense. So what they do is they figure, well, I'm never going to be there and I want it and I don't know how to actually go about getting it. And sometimes it's as simple as, I don't want to do anything to get it other than take it from you, steal it from you. And for you Capricorns, this also goes for your personal health. This goes for your happiness, right? That's another thing too. A lot of times people will be like, well, why is it that somebody is jealous or envious of me? It could be because you don't necessarily need to have a whole lot of a lot in order for you Capricorns to just be happy about certain things, right? So what will happen is that they will get upset. Like for me, one thing that a lot of people don't know about me is I used to dislike being a Virgo coming up. I used to dislike it. I was like, well, I used to always be thinking to myself like, okay, well, how come I can't be cool like one of those other zodiac signs, right? They're cool, right? The animals, the totem, right? Raw, you know, the lion or the lion or the big cat, right? Which is what Leo really represents. Leo really represents Panthera, any big cat, basically. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, or like a Pisces, you know, anything that has to do with the animal. Because I used to think that it was so cool, right? And then the more that I started to do the research to the zodiac signs, started to understand how important Virgos actually are, because I didn't feel important. I didn't understand my importance. As the more that I started to embrace it, like, you know, in German mythology, with the Vikings and stuff like this, Odin or Wotan or Odin, right, is actually Virgo or Gemini. And Odin or Wotan is the most powerful deity in the pantheon. So I didn't know that. The point that I'm trying to make here with you Capricorns is the same thing too. It could be your happiness can derive from something as simple as your zodiac sign. You're happy because you chose to wake up happy today. It literally could be something so simple, but could be something so powerful. And other people will try to take that form of happiness away from you because they covet it so much. And they don't know how to covet it in a healthy way where they want it, so they learn how to actually go about getting it. So a lot of you Capricorns understand, hey, you know, it's probably the best idea for you to start doing your best to not draw so much attention to yourself, or more so the kind of attention that you don't want. So excuse me. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Cups represents how, so this is more so about how a lot of you Capricorns are striving to, when you're dating people, find out a little bit about them by asking more questions about them. And to be more patient when it comes to letting them know anything about your lifestyle in a profound way. Being a little bit more mysterious. There is a point of mysteriousness. There is a value in that. It's not allowing the other person to get so quickly knowledgeable about you to where they make a decision on whether they're going to get you for something, right? Get something out of you. Now, the Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords represents how, because a lot of you Capricorns, like I said, are understanding that, hey, you know, not everybody is as pure of heart as a lot of you Capricorns can be. So like you Capricorns will be getting to know somebody on some Knight of Cups type stuff where you're getting to know them. You want to get to know them. You actually want to be in a potential relationship with them. And here they go, basically giving you a hard time, right? Or they asking all these questions to find out something about you, and you Capricorns answer someone a little bit too quickly. You find out, you let them know something a little bit too much about you for the time being, and they now take that and then they now run with it, because now it's, oh my gosh, now I'm really gonna, you know, they had this mentality where they're really gonna blow smoke up your butt now, right? So the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords right here represents a lot of you having to put that to sleep, basically, like put an end to that. You know, you ended up having to like not continue the relationship connection that you could have had with them because you realized you spoke up a little bit too much, you know, about what you got going on, you know. Should I say it? Should I say it? I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. The Hierophant and the Queen of Cups is about how, and so because of that, a lot of you Capricorns also understand that, you know, a relationship, it takes two people. So, you know, they have to be just as involved as you are, 50-50. You know, I don't know, you know, I don't know why so many people are so opposed to the ideology of 50-50. I really don't understand what is up with that, because that's what a functional relationship is. It's 50-50, you know, because this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it has to be 50-50, like I said before, otherwise it doesn't work, because there's also a spiritual component that a lot of people don't talk about too. So it's like, okay, what percentage is the spiritual component? when it comes to the 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? It's 50-50 on bills. 50-50 giving your bodies to your significant other. It's 50-50 as a spiritual connection. The two of you should be matching one another's efforts to be spiritual with one another. It's not always just about money, but it's also the spiritual connection that the two of you have. It's 50-50 when it comes to the both of you putting in an effort, a valid effort to actually learn and grow and learn and grow together as one relationship, unit couple, as a matter of fact. And it's like the whole 50-50 thing. I don't understand where people are going when it comes to the 50-50. Like they only a broken person is going to constantly try to like flip it and spin it and bounce it. 50-50 is not optional. Anything other than 50-50 is wrong. Because it doesn't work. Because that's not what a relationship is. How you going to be 50-50 with a person when the person is going 90% and you're only going 10? So because the person is not putting in enough work, right? Financially, physically, and everything else, they're lazy, which is a spiritual thing, which means that they have vainglory, right? Or vanity, or too much. I ain't gonna say the word, but they have vanity, which means that they think that they are, they think that they have a right to it when they don't. They're just privileged. It's not a right, it's a privilege to have somebody do these things for them. And they try to play it off like somebody owes them something. And eventually, when the person feels underappreciated enough and they're learning from their lessons, they become disgusted at their partner, at the fact that they're always the ones that has to chip in, but their lazy behind partner doesn't want to do anything. As to where if it was 50-50, the both of them are actually putting in an effort to meet each other halfway. It's not just about the number, it's about the quality. What does the number actually mean? You understand what I'm saying? So the 50-50 conversation is a must. How is a relationship going to be a good one, a working one that works, one that is valuable, if it's not 50-50? How is that going to work? How is that going to work? Because eventually, if I don't see somebody putting in work for me, I'm going to be like, this person is just taking advantage of me. So why don't I just get away from this person, kick this person out of my apartment, and leave them by themselves and let them go out into the world, since they don't understand the fine art of teamwork. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm sure a lot of you Capricorns understand. So don't allow anybody to get you Capricorns to shame you or to guilt trip you into thinking that the lessons that you Capricorns have learned that are working, that will continue to work, is wrong. Okay? Okay? Because both sides have always wanted to work. Both sides always could work. I don't know where people get this ideology from, where, oh, well, one side could work and the other side didn't work. That's false. I could show and prove that's false. It's just that one side is, let's call it what it is, one side is lazy. Those are the facts. One side is lazy and they look for curry favor. So let's clarify the Queen of Cups. The Moon, the Eight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Temperance, to clarify the Queen of Cups. The Moon and the Eight of Cups right here for you, Capricorns, excuse me, is about, yes, ghost anybody that you do not have a spiritual connection with, because that is also too built into a relationship, 50-50. And the Eight of Wands represents, don't even bother wasting your time, any more time with them. The Four of Cups. So a lot of people are not going to like the fact that you Capricorns are going to tell them that you don't want to hang out with them, or you're just going to ghost. But you Capricorn shouldn't care whatsoever, because it's not your fault. It's not your problem. The Nine of Cups and the Temperance is, you're just getting wiser. And you're deciding to not spend so much of your time trying to get someone more engaged to participate where they're choosing not to. It's like a dance, you know. It's like a dance. What happens when the person refuses to dance? You can't force them to dance. You know, you can physically force them to dance, but what's the point of doing that? Right? They're still not going to want to dance with you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like dancing. It looks better if the both of you can dance and the both of you are dancing together. Y'all are a team. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same scenario when it comes to dating and mating in relationships. But overall, this is a very good reading for you Capricorns, because this is about how a lot of you are stepping to people really as normally and as bland and as boringly as you possibly can. And people who legitimately want a real relationship, it's not about the excitement if they really want a relationship in the first place. Because the procedure of being in love with somebody and actually having the spiritual connection is more important to them than actually the physical connection. That's a whole other piece of game for another day. Peace.